So, what do we learn in this last episode? Because it's a whole bunch of wrapping crap up. We start off with Angela and her husband in therapy, and she's pissed off that someone has brought a full front attack on her marriage. Angela opens up that she's also in the ditch about these houses and is ready for foreclosure. Shamia is taking us back to Love and Hip Hop and giving a showcase. Kelly and Britt ain't speaking. Shamia, you should have rethought this Michael Jackson jacket. It's outshining your talent. Girl, people are looking at you and shaking their head. This isn't going over like you planned. Now, Drew, you gonna say the vocal doors remain locked in her life because she can't have the right key. Well, the acting doors stay in your life because you can't emote. But girl, she got Miss Pat hosting. I thought that was somebody that looked like Miss Pat because I was like, I know Miss Pat would have been too much. No, she got Miss Pat, so that's some coin. So after the show, Britt shades how many followers Kelly has and says your account grew 80,000 in one day. Kelly says, I didn't know you were stalking my page, Heffa. But she said, why don't you get your followers to donate since you don't know how to? So Shamia pulls Britt to the side and says, I heard you've been talking shit. So Britt's still saying, well, you showed me the text messages about Portia. So then Shamia says, well, why'd you get buck naked when you took a shot? Thank you for wearing clothes tonight. Did you see your daughter when we got back from Grenada? Because in Miami, you was taking shots, not worried about your child. But then on camera, you was having us worry about your child. So that's what she said about Portia's daughter. Okay. You're a streetwalker and a pill popper. Have a good day, darling, and keep your clothes on. And it's the iffy read. Oh, God, Ralph and Drew trying to get on the same accord. We don't care. I don't need to see him asking for permission to come up from the basement. Why is Britt Edie looking at private planes? They spent the whole evening looking at shit they can't rent. Kelly opening another restaurant after this divorce goes through. Ralph asking, how did we get here? You got here with Floridian secrets and secret lesbonics. Ralph and I don't communicate that much. You shouldn't. You're getting a divorce. Now, Phaedra and her fraudulent man go to a vineyard. I ain't buying it. She said they met 4 months ago. And in 4 months, they've gone through 2 franchises, girl boom. You can keep this large, high-booty sissy for somebody that believe you sleeping with them. But I'm sorry. All I see is trade. However, Phaedra said, I ain't getting married again. I like to have fun. Britt's mama kicking in on the rent, but we get a whole bunch of Britt's in-laws, and we don't care. Britt and her husband have to have a wedding ceremony because they had a COVID wedding. Yeah, okay, right, girl. But at the Charles Oakley Foundation, all the ladies gather for a gala. Jesus, Shamia looks cheap. However, Angela and Drew met with Marcus and have picked up on the ball. When they say he was at the restaurant with another woman, he was coaching other men. And so they found out what woman brought him to the table. And today we're going to get to the bottom of it. So we sit down at the dinner at the gala. Well, everyone sits down to eat, Britt, not just the housewives. And Britt lets everybody know that Shamia's mad at her now because you ran and told that about Shamia showing you the text messages about Portia, and she still wants to deny. Aw, they honored Portia because of the work that Londi did with the organizations. Londi seemed like a real one. I'm really sorry for them. So after that, Portia has to go into the bathroom and try not to fuck her makeup up, and all the girls are supportive. However, after that, Angela has the rest of the heifers together, and she says, so y'all remember the ambush at Kelly's event. Now, Kelly, I found it odd that it happened in your event. Oh, God. Then she says, well, Britt, it could be you. And Britt's like, I'm married. I mean, to a pill popper, but I still wouldn't shit on the sanctity. However, Kelly nudges Shamia from across the room. I feel like that's just a housewives nudge and they trying to put 20 on 10. Oh, Lord, in swishes the sissy. Why would you bring the guy? Because the rumor clearly isn't true and she wants her husband's name cleared up. Girl, why couldn't he have a fresh haircut? He needed a fresh haircut, but Lord, here comes Charles. So 1 minute she trying to keep him. Charles's people is trying to usher him off. And she's like, no, let him expose who the real rat is. Why didn't you tell Charles he was, because Charles wouldn't have been here for the bullshit. Oh God, this slow, mealy mouth sissy. I truly said that why do they all have to sound like Carlos King? I may sound like Dorothy's Bornak right now, or Harvey Firestein, but Jesus, at least they had intelligence. You sound like you was on the slow bus to school. Slow buses in small class. Oh, God. So now the sissy wants to say there's somebody. We didn't ask you for a somebody. You need to name the name and get the on. Oh, God, you've given a sissy a moment to find his light. Oh, my God. He did this shit for free. You know that? Free. Want to be a housewife so damn bad. Oh, my God. Now, when I got on the show, it was because producers put me there. I had no intention of trying to sit with them heifers. Oh, okay, he went on and said Phaedra, and Phaedra has on her classic, I'm lying, but trying to look confused face. I don't even need to put a clip of it. You know it so damn well. So now Britt wants to stick up for Phaedra and say Phaedra didn't do it. This is what Phaedra does, but he called her the Godfather in Atlanta. Maybe that's how she has so much money, some sinister underhanded dealings. She controls Atlanta. Oh, God, honey, I don't think she's the queen pin on TDMV. But, okay, girl. So he said she dropped off an envelope of tea at Fitz Plaza. Yes, we think Phaedra would be this stupid the way she got caught in her last lie. Y'all trying to defend Phaedra, and I'm like, I believe it. This heifer's sister went to high school with Phaedra's brother. Oh, God, Junebug is the connect. Oh, Lord, this is getting real Atlanta now. So now the sissy storms off. So Angela said, well, Phaedra, I think you're jealous of my merge. I could see Phaedra being jealous of that, but I think that she's going for the happy single girl trope so she doesn't look like Kenya. However, Phaedra says you're in foreclosure, which to me gives, why are you digging around in that heifer's business? You don't like her. So Phaedra called Angela with the name. Phaedra's trying to throw it on Kelly for making the guest list and getting him mic'd up with production. See, Phaedra, how is she failing to tell that she's in foreclosure? We don't care, and she's been honest. Them houses was a group of white elephants she got conned into buying. Kind of like Rob Dixon. Ha! She said that ain't no tea, sis. Do you let your kids visit your father? Because you're a horrible person. Let's leave kids off limits. Shamia and Kelly want to blame Britt. So Angela says, I'm sorry we have to end it on this note, but good luck trying to ruin my merge. Oh, God. So then Shamia gets upset with Britt. Britt walks off, taking her mic off. I'm not doing this. Yeah, because she's getting ready to sue. So Portia said, look, you can let Shamia feel comfortable talking shit with Britt and Kelly. So she was pissed with Cynthia for saying anything, but she fine. 5 months later. Portia done moved into that damn house. I guess this is while he was deported. All right, and that was the shit. And I mean shit. So I'll see you, Susu, for the reunion.